All right, let's get started. So, I have a bunch of stuff here right now. It's a little messy. I think I just wanted the starting shot, but I'm going to move everything away and make a fairly clean space to get started. And I think I'll kind of focus on talking about Stationery Fest from now on. So I'm gonna try recap Stationery Fest that just happened in New York City. Today's Saturday. This just happened Wednesday to Friday, 7th to 9th of August. I went a little bit on day 2 and mostly on day 3, but I did do some workshops on day 2 and day 3, and so I'm just gonna talk through that very quickly through some of the items that you see here, and I will also show you what I ended up picking up, a little bit about my experience. I might sprinkle in some footage and shots that I took from Stationery Fest. Overall, I think it was an incredible show. It was quite unfortunate that the weather sort of was super unpredictable, windy, rainy throughout the 3 days. I think that was just a little stroke of bad luck for Yoseka, but overall I think for the sort of first event for a small team with 100 vendors, it was overall pretty great. I think it was also fortunate that it was in Greenpoint, which while I'm here in New York is super local to me, so I was able to just kind of go back and forth from where I was. Otherwise, another unfortunate thing was that the G train that services Greenpoint happened to be under construction this summer, so that was just a little bit, I think, a little bit unlucky on Yoseka's part. So yeah, I think they did the best that they could, and yeah, it was just really incredible meeting so many people from kind of around the stationery space, either sort of, just in online friends that I only know through Instagram, or just seeing some of my friends, set up shop and do really well. So without further ado, I'm not gonna belabor the introduction. I think everyone just wants to kind of find out more about Stationery Fest, so here goes nothing. So it was a 3-day event, and like I said, I only went the second and third day, even though I had a 3-day pass, thanks to my friend from Pouch Studio, who really saved me there. I won't go into details, but when you got in, I don't know if I lost the little keychain or not, but so there are a few things you won't see in this video because I've either left it at the office or I'm just not carrying it with me, but all participants got a big Stationery Fest fan and a lanyard which you could kind of customize with your name, and a little tiny pen keychain, which is super cute. And so this was my lanyard that I wore all throughout the 3 days. And actually on the 3rd day, so just yesterday, I had a workshop with Eric Smallthings, and she wrote me a little message on my card. I don't know if you can see that properly. I don't know if it's focused. Let's see. Oops. Let's see if I can get to focus a little bit. Maybe I can't. But it says, "Hello Nikki, enjoy the small things. Thank you so much. August, Eric." So that was really nice. So I'm gonna put that aside. And I'm gonna try go chronologically. So this is the Stationery Fest sticker. This wasn't free. I purchased this from the Yoseka booth at the check-in counter. So that was the one thing I got there. And then speaking of Yoseka, I stopped by their artist table and I got this sticker pack. I try not to buy too much this time around because I just have so much stationery that I haven't used, so I really kind of went around the space, maybe I would say like 8 times, and kind of just really stuck to things that I really thought I would use or give away, and I supported as much as I could, but I didn't want to sort of go in and buy everything. So I got this from May. I really love her doodles. And then this cute little stamp that Often put together. I'm trying to focus this. Okay, that's one thing I don't really know how to do really well here. Oh man, focusing is, oh, there you go. So this is a axolotl stamp inside a little like dessert dumpling that Often made. So this was a really cute stamp. So that is what I picked up at the Yoseka artist booth. And yeah, let's see, let's just make sure this is continuing to focus. Great. Okay, so these are sort of the yoseka items. I'm gonna put these to one side. And so on the first day, or my first day, which is the second day of the show, my first appointment was actually with Plotter. And so I stopped by, was in the workshop space, but my appointment was to get my plotter customized. So I actually brought my 2 plotters with me, not knowing which one I wanted to customize. And truth be told, I could have customized both because Joe was doing the customization and he was, really kind and generous with his time, and said that he could do the both of them. But I think I really just wanted to do one anyways, because I wanted to sort of keep my plotters sometimes originally as they are, but I really am glad I did and chose this one, because I carry this around with me quite a lot. So I like that I can add a little layer of protection. I don't think you can see this, but it's just I didn't do a super sort of obvious one, but I thought the black looked really good. And one thing that Job did tell me when he saw this plotter, he said this was a special edition, which I didn't even know. I got this at, I think the Nagasawa store in Osaka about maybe a year ago. And so, yeah, I had no idea. I know I picked up this M5, and yeah, I really love it and carry it around in my purse because it's just so tiny. So yeah, this is what I got, and kind of just picked up these little plotter pamphlets, a little card, draw today, shape tomorrow, and yeah, this is the plotter experience. That was super nice. And I'm really glad I got to say hi to Joe and, let him know that I'm a patron. And he gave me these cute little stickers when I was there, which is awesome. And actually another one as well, but I actually stuck that one on a notebook, so I'll show you that in a second. So again, putting these aside and moving on. So I think we are still on day 2. Yeah, right. The first day, day 2. So the other thing that I was eager to pick up was the bubble tea special edition ink from Lennon Toolbar. This was super, super cute. Like, look at that bottle. How adorable is that? So the one thing though about this is I wish I kind of tested it. I went, really eager into this, knowing that, come on, bubble tea, how can you resist? And I actually needed an ink in my custom A23, so I went in and just immediately went into use it. And the one thing I will say is that it is super light as a ink. And so this, I don't know if you can see, this is a bubble tea ink. I did a little swatch sample. I had inked my A23 at this point, and I wrote with it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so light that I am now cleaning out my pen again, and I'm gonna ink it with something else that I got at the show that I'll show you near the end of the video. So that's that, and then obviously throughout the show, a bunch of stamps that you could kind of collect. And so here are some of them. Actually, while I mention that, I will bring up this sort of Stationery Fest booklet. This was sort of the brochure that everyone had during the show. A very cute cover design. And yeah, it was a super helpful little guide to Greenpoint, some programming, a list of all the workshops that were happening, and kind of a lay of the land. And yeah, the stamp rally, I actually didn't finish it. I wasn't that committed to finishing the stamp rally, to be honest. There were just a ton of people around, and I don't know, I think one of the things, this is my first big stationery event festival. I've never been to a pen show or anything like that. And one thing I will say is, I think if I were to do this any differently, I would definitely pack light. I think I was just maybe in the middle of, it had nothing to do with Stationery Fest, but I brought a little too many things sometimes. I was very lucky that I had a friend there who, at Pouch Studio, who let me kind of leave my bag when I needed to have a place to set it down. Otherwise, yeah, I think just carrying too much stuff, and I do regret this a little that I didn't do it, because after kind of seeing one or two videos from other people who went to Stationery Fest, it seems like some of the Stamp Rally gift bags were super cute and different and had a lot of a wide variety of things in them, including special edition inks, pens, etc. So yeah, should have done that a little bit more, but it's okay. And there were so many vendors with long lines, and so yeah, it was just a lot of people. And so I'm glad Yoseka actually ended up capping the ticket sales when they did. But yeah, that was kind of one thing that I just had on my mind. Yeah, so this is the brochure that we walked away with. Okay, so we're still on that first day of me being there, and I guess another huge shout out. I actually didn't buy this at Stationery Fest. I've had this issue for a really long time, but if you did go to Stationery Fest, I am sure you came across Pouch Studio. She had a half of a booth near the front and a ton of cute sort of interactions that you could do at her booth, including sort of subscribing for the next few issues, filling out these cute little forums of your favorite stationery, your favorite indie stationery brands or artists, these cute little sticker giveaways, and of course, Pouch Magazine itself. This is the first issue, and yeah, just generally an incredible, and I'm biased because she interviewed me for the first issue, but I am, Victoria, who is the brains behind Pouch Studio, did such a good job with this, and the only thing I wish is that it were a bit longer. So I'm so glad so many people were able to kind of flip through it and pick up their own copies. And yeah, and if you haven't and weren't at Stationery Fest, I think she still only has a few copies available. So definitely check them out online at pouchmagazine.com. So that is my pouch mention. I'm gonna set that one aside. And then that evening, I was actually pretty tired, to be honest, and a little I was like, why did I sign up for a class at 7:30? But it ended up it was with Ame. It was a workshop put together by Cute Things from Japan. It was with Ame in their workshop area, 7:30 to 9. And one really cool thing is that Ame, when you attended the workshop, you got these, I don't know where the rest of our stickers are, but you got a watercolor art toolkit palette that Ame designed, and it's pink, and it's incredibly cute. She also provided a few sort of her favorite watercolor. I think these were Holbein watercolor tubes, so we filled those up, and I think it was a nice sort of big group. Everyone I think was super tired by the end of the day, so interactions were at a minimum. These are the freebie stickers that Ame gave away of her art. She also put together this little stack of cards for our watercolor sort of practice. And yeah, we ended up kind of all painting related but unrelated postcard drawings. And so I did one of the session, kind of focused on Stationery Fest and Greenpoint. I was really proud of this mixture of this green. And yeah, I painted some hydrangeas as well. So that was a really nice time. It was an hour and a half, and it felt like it ended quite early, it went by so quickly that I'm super glad it happened and that I did it. And it was just a really nice way to unwind, and now I feel like I am ready to keep doing this a lot more, so very excited about that. So again, super nice art toolkit palette, and yeah, there's that. And then day 2. I would say day 2 is really the day that I interacted with people a lot more, just because day 1, I really just stopped by to see things, make sure I could get this bubble tea ink, and I still had work, so I really just went during my lunch hour. I ended up helping Victoria a little bit with her printing workshop, just kind of setting up things, and then I just left. But yeah, day 2 was really where I got there at 11 and stayed there really until the end. So the first thing I did when I got there was I attended the Travelers Company workshop, and yeah, I guess this was a Job Fest 2 days in a row. It was the Customize Your Unique Refill workshop, and as part of the workshop we got this really nice envelope, a dot grid refill, and the purpose of it was really to kind of decorate and collage a refill and customize it. Joe prepared this really nice sort of brochure introducing the sort of different elements of collaging, different styles, choosing key elements and all that, and so that was really nice. We were given a few materials, and I think one thing that was really nice in that workshop was everyone sort of brought their own materials as well, and everyone was kind of sharing it. I put some stamps on the table, and yeah, it was a very, very, kind of swift hour where we decorated our cover. So this is sort of what ended up from mine. I used some of the Traveler sort of magazines here, kind of cut things out a bit, and yeah, this is where I used Job's other NYC sticker, used a Dymo label maker, and yeah, this was again, another very creative workshop. And so yeah, I walked away with good vibes. Got some of these stickers from the workshop, also this, which I actually already have, so I might kind of figure out a giveaway for this potentially. And yeah, I think this is incense. Is it? Yeah, tea tree. So that is that. So that was now my 3rd sort of activity workshop that I signed up for, and I have one left. Let's see if I did anything in between that is worth mentioning. I mean, I stopped by the Everyday Explorers, and I haven't flipped through this or read through this at all, but this is Abby's issue number 2 documented zine. I'm glad I got to pick this one up. And then I also stopped by the Everyday Explorers booth to pick up this, I think it was a stationery set exclusive for these clear stamps. So yeah, it says Oops. There you go. Yeah, these clear stamps. This is my first Everyday Explorer set, so I am looking forward to using these. So that is from there. What else did I did line up for the Eric Small Things, or Cute Things from Japan line, but knowing that I was going to an Eric workshop, I didn't pick up too many things. I also already have a lot of Eric Small Things washi tape, stamps. So again, that line was unusually long. Waited for a really long time. I'm really glad, and happy for them that it was always so packed. But I got this little stamp that I don't know who the artist is, but they had a very good selection of stamps. Unfortunately, there were a few stamps I wanted, but did not get the opportunity to get because they were out of stock. But I got this bird, and then also these message cards that I just thought were super beautiful, and I think I'll probably get to use them at some point just for scrapbooking, journaling, and all that. So again, I didn't buy a lot, which I am happy for myself for. I also spent a lot on workshops already, so that was, something that, yeah. And then another thing is Muji was set up there, which was really funny, and they had a little photo booth outside, so I did end up grabbing some lunch with my friend Victoria from Pouch Studio, and yeah, we took a little photo booth photo, and perfect for a little journaling memory over here. And yeah, the last sort of thing of the day, no, actually there are two things, but the last sort of thing that was on my schedule in the beginning was the Eric stamp workshop, which was incredible. And I think as I write this, maybe I'll put somewhere here on the screen a clip of Eric doing the carving live, and that was so incredible because she made it look so easy. And I actually unfortunately don't have any of the materials she gave, but that workshop everyone got a box of stamp making kit, which was awesome. And yeah, part of it is that, she even stenciled a few things for us so that we can actually just work on the stamps sort of kind of illustrated by her. And this is my very, very poorly cut stamp. Definitely not at the level to which, she can make them, but this is the pencil one, and this is the coffee one. The workshop, and this is a little coaster that she kind of wrote us in each an individual message on. And then Michael from the Enchanted Desk, also a huge Eric fan, gave us all in that workshop these little custom wax seals. I think, he's a big fan of Eric, so he made these custom wax seals for just to kind of as giveaways, which is super sweet. These are actually stickers. Sorry, it's kind of hard to focus here, so I'm gonna do my best as much as possible, but look at that. So that was super nice. And let's see, we also got these stickers. And again, I'm glad I didn't buy too many things at the Eric Small Things booth because, I got these. And one other really great thing is because it was a class of 12, which I thought was a really great number to begin with already, but apparently it's still too big of a class, so we actually split the class in two. So while 6 people were sort of focused on stamp carving and learning, kind of seeing Eric do that live, Eric brought all her stamps that she's carved. So I think there were maybe about 40 of them, I would say, that she then kind of let us go on a stamping frenzy. So I took out a brand new sort of passport insert, and let me just do a quick flip through of, let's see if this can be in good focus here. So all these sort of These are all hand-carved stamps by Eric, and yeah, she's been doing this, I think, for 17 years, I want to say. And Ayako said this is, she's one of the first sort of rubber eraser stamp carver artists. This is one of my favorite ones, this Kodak film roll in Japan. So yeah, really kind of incredible to be able to use her stamps, kind of see how intricately she's able to, you know, carve. And that's a really special treat. And I was very glad to have taken her class. And just as by way of contrast, this is my stamp, very kind of grungy in comparison to everything you just saw, but I think, you know, not bad. This is the stamp that I made, and this is how it's supposed to look. I sort of took a shortcut. I was like, I don't want to carve out so many things, so I reversed a coffee cup. And so that's my coffee cup, and this is someone else's coffee cup. I kind of like, actually, in some way, there's like sort of this wabi-sabi element to it where things aren't perfect, it looks a little hand-drawn, and I don't hate the effect. All right, where are we at? Oh wow, we're at 25 minutes. I need to grab a drink or something. Okay, we're almost through to the end. Let me just finish with these. One of the fun things is, as you know, we're going through it, I kind of had my yoseka insert with me. It's kind of not an old insert, but not a new one either. I kind of used it as a sort of ink sampler. This is some inks that I tested at the Kakimori booth. I kind of used it to do some stamping. The Robert Oster booth was all about ink swatching, so I managed to kind of swatch a lot of inks while I was there. These are the ink swatch pages. And yeah, I ended up I picked up 2 bottles of ink. So at the end of the show at 5 p.m. on Friday, they were selling the sample bottles for $10 a bottle. And so by the time I got there, I think it was 6. A lot of the colors I wanted were already gone, but crazy enough, Cafe Crema wasn't. And so I'm gonna actually ink this in my pilot later and replace the bubble tea ink with the Cafe Crema. But if you don't already know, the Cafe Crema, it's not the sort of dark brown that, you know, I think is perfect for the custom A23, but it's a good enough brown that I think will definitely show up well. And so I'm gonna do that with this. And then last but not least, one of the best things that really where we ended the day is, I forgot to mention, I participated in the first stationery, or the first TN stack photo early that day in the TN Customize Your Own Refill workshop, which was, yeah, baby's first TN stack. And then at the end of the day, managed to squeeze myself into the Traveler's Notebook meetup, and it was so great. Everyone was so lovely and warm and giving, and I met a fellow kind of mutual on Instagram, which I'm very glad I did. I didn't think that I would get to, but so glad we did. We hung out for a little bit. She made X-Rocco. She made, and I'm gonna try leave everyone's Instagrams that, you know, kind of gave me some freebies below. And so, you know, she made this cute little sticker. Pokemon fan. How cute is that? And yeah, people are just kind of giving away their little sort of samples of PET tape. This is from Rickshaw Bags, this little kind of fountain pen sticker, and then Cozy Traveler's Journal Group. Jazz's Journal, thank you for this. This gummy bear. These gummy bear washies are so cute. I don't know I forget who gave these to me, but I think I got them at another sort of workshop here. I think this is at the watercoloring meetup with Ame, so thank you for this. And then at the watercoloring meetup, I was also sitting next to this incredible mixed media artist who gave me a envelope of these little sort of cutouts. I forgot what the name of this type of work is, but it's sort of like kind of very intricately cut stamps. And it's Emily's Messy Desk Club. And yeah, I'll link this below as well. And then lastly, some other sort of washi samples. And then I think that is just about it. The only, I guess, other shout out I would say is I'm so glad to have bumped into my friends from the Paper Seahorse, Randy and Tona. They were running some workshops. They are my sort of Tampa Bay local stationery store. Definitely check them out if you happen to be in the Tampa Bay area. They're only open 1 day a week or by appointment. Very, very cute shop. They are also a Traveler's Partner shop. So I would, definitely go check them out. And yeah, I would say, we're at the 30-minute mark now, and I've been talking a lot. And if you're still here, thank you. Thank you for staying here till the end. And yeah, I really sort of appreciate a chance to finally meet people that I both follow online. So Job, Ame, Abby, and kind of really just say hi, interact with everyone, but also kind of online friends that I feel I can finally put a face to a name. And yeah, I'm really sort of happy and thrilled that I'm part of this community that is so lovely, so giving, so warm. And yeah, I am just extremely excited to either potentially go to my next show or pen show, pen event, stationery event. If you are going to anything next, or I'm not going to the SF pen show, but I know a lot of people who are going to be, so I will be just watching from a distance, following and seeing what's up. And yeah, thank you all for staying here. And I guess I will catch you guys next time. Bye bye.